What's going on, guys? Duelim here, back again with another video. And today, we've got Cosmic Crucible Week 3, Round 1. I'm going to switch those. Going against Maviop. He is at 72 million TCP, so about a 7 million punch-up. He's got some stuff on defense, so let's get into it. All right, so it's going to be a little bit different of a video today because I had to do my attacks off stream, not recording. So what we're going to do is show the replays of everything. First fight, we've got SD with CGR going into a Spider Society with Quicksilver. And this is into room number 1. And this one's pretty straightforward. We've seen these fights before. We've seen these fights into massive punch-ups as well. I'm using the Lizard over Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I wanted to use Lizard elsewhere, and I actually don't even remember if I ended up using Lizard or not. But here, I rewinded Pav and Penny. You almost always want to rewind Pav because he does get, he has a lot of base speed. And then we get the ability block and the heal block on Peter B over on the corner there, so he's not healing with his passive. We did get that stun on Penny. And then we're getting a blind here on the Ghost Spider to make sure the Ghost Spider retaliates, don't hit anybody. You can also get a blind on Pav if you really want to. That could have been something that could have done. And then from here, it's literally all in on Peter B. And then you'll see I have the unavoidable attack from CGR and then the unavoidable ult from Robbie Reyes. And Peter B is a goner. And then it's pretty much just cleanup duty from here. You'll see I'm just doing a lot of damage with my passive. From Robbie Reyes, Black Cat, we've got the Photon passive, and then this fight is over. So it's a super easy fight, super straightforward, nothing too crazy. It seems SD with a good fifth is a really, really good way to take out Spider Society in pretty much every room. It can struggle a little bit in room number 6 with Quicksilver, but it's still a pretty good matchup. You can see here, yeah, I did end up losing, but we're going to keep going through all the fights here. Fight number 2, this is where I ended up using my Lizard. So we had an Old Man Logan, Mercs for Money, Noir, and Nightcrawler, and I used Cabal, Morgan Le Fay, and Lizard. And Lizard here is actually going to get a crit, so incredible RNG smiling down upon me. The last time I used this counter, Lizard did not get a crit, and I almost lost because Cabal did not get speed like they should from a villain critting. But you'll see here an ult, super easy, gets all those positive effects off them. I do get the crit because Lizard is a raider, and then Nightcrawler does end up going, but they don't get any speed, so it doesn't matter. So I did do the special on Old Man Logan there, so Old Man Logan gets hit by the assists. Morgan Le Fay does go as well, killing Old Man Logan. Even if he didn't die, that would have put an ability block out on him and trauma. And then you see the Namor ult just cleaning up. That is a G19 Namor now as well. And then you'll see this fight's pretty much over from here. You'll see Lizard takes one turn, and then we get some America going here. So we get back out of this fight. It was really straightforward. It's Cabal absolutely slapping this room. And the Lizard is because Noir is here, so he gives a bunch of speed to Lizard on spawn. But you can see we'll get into room number 3 fight here. And this is where my problems started. Unfortunately, Super Scroll just barely lived here. So we used a Sus Hive Mind is on defense in 3, and I used the APOC Cable, Nova, Emma, just Weaver combo here. And unfortunately, Weaver, even as a skirmisher, did not land the stun turn 1. You'll see she did land the trauma, but did not land the stun. It doesn't matter too much because then it gets dodged anyway. It gets avoided because of the charges. But then you'll see the Cable's going to die. The Emma's going to die. We do have charges up, so a lot of stuff is missing. But the problem is Red Goblin ult is unavoidable, so that does a lot of damage. And then there was a taunt out there, so I wasn't able to hit anybody but Void Knight there. You'll see the charges coming in clutch here. And then APOC, we get the ult here, and we cannot punch the Super Scroll, so super unfortunate. So I kill the one who's going to revive the Hive Mind members. And then I'm pretty much just trying to kill Carnage, so the speed isn't a factor in this matchup anymore. You'll see Nova got a big ult there, so we put out that battlefield effect as well. We have Super Scroll ulting, And then pretty much from here, I'm just trying to clean up everybody so only Super Scroll is left, because I don't think this is going to one-shot here. And it does not end up one-shotting. So it's pretty much just trying to kill everybody, and hopefully I can clean up Super Scroll from here. You'll see I'm just punching into each other over and over again. Got really lucky with the special here because Super Scroll did not rewind any turn meter, but remember this room, when there's a vulnerable or an exposed out there, if you hit that exposed, you're going to get a double hit into him, so he's doing a lot more damage than normal, and unfortunately, that's going to end up being my demise. So you'll see he ulted there. I was able to ult, but unfortunately, just not enough. APOC, G19, 3 diamonds, still not big enough. And then you'll see he got a bunch of turns in a row there and was able to take me out. I did be able to come in with a cleanup, and I'm not going to show that replay because the cleanup's pretty uneventful, but I did come in with a Phoenix, Stitcher, Loki, Shang-Chi, and Vol, and the thought process behind it was Shang-Chi can get a rewind if anything, Loki's going to get a defense down out there, Phoenix % health damage, Stitcher % health damage, and then Vol ability block and get the exposed out there for the exposed proc. It did end up working very well. Essentially Loki specialed and then Vol specialed, and he was a goner, so it didn't really matter. Room number 4, you'll see I tried to New Warriors, a Black Knight, or an out-of-time Dorm Nova, and unfortunately, Gwenpool finally failed me. That's right, Gwenpool failed to pull the taunt and everything off of the Black Knight. So I did get stuck on the Black Knight here, and that did cause some problems for me. You'll see it, yep. I do have defense down and disrupted, but unfortunately that taunt staying there is really unfortunate. So I did get the ult there, obviously, because I had no choice, had to. And then I got the special here because, once again, had to, no choice. Black Knight is almost dead. You can see Firestar and Deathpool do a lot of damage to him because mine are really big. No kills, so no energy for Dagger. So Dagger's got a special like a peasant. You'll see I did get a kill there on Nova, and then got the kill on Black Knight as well. So both their revives are gone. Dorm does get to special there, so he's got his charges up. I did get a Gwen ult here. Gwen's a goner, I think, from this ping. Yep. And then Black Knight essentially just specials and causes a lot of problems. And I'm not going to get a one-shot from Deathpool here either, which is really unfortunate. I do get to ult here, which is kind of nice. But again, I'm stuck on that Black Knight taunt and the cap taunt. But I kind of looked at it as, hey, I burned a bunch of abilities. We don't have Black Knight special. We don't have Peggy ult. We don't have Nova battlefield effects. So I burned a lot of things. So I said, you know what? I'm going to keep it. It is what it is. Sometimes RNG is not in my favor. And we're going to come back in. Yes. I know trial defeat. It just ended. So we're going to come back in here. And we were able to use essentially Eternals, Kestrel, Iron Man Infinity War, and Vulture. This was essentially just big damage. And then the Eternals doing some flips. And Kestrel getting some pings as well from the defense downs was really nice. So it worked out. I was able to clean this up. And it should be pretty straightforward. Obviously, this room under the weather is pretty rough for a lot of characters coming in here, but you'll see Kestrel just pretty much deletes everybody. I mean, Kestrel's just doing everything here. You see Kestrel just did massive work. We got the Vulture ult. Kestrel ping almost kills Black Knight, and then you'll see Black Knight's going to die here to the ping, and then Cap's going to die. So pretty straightforward clean up. I did have to use some expensive tunes in Kestrel, Eternals, and Vulture. But Vulture, I don't have Superior 6 on offense, so using Vulture isn't the biggest problems ever. We'll come back in here, and we'll go here. And then in room number 5, I was able to Hive Mind a Darkhold Dakin. Not sure why Dakin's in here. Maybe just because it's a new character, throw a monkey wrench, someone's not thinking. I really don't know. You'll see this matchup is actually pretty straightforward. You take a little bit of a butt kicking in the beginning, but as long as you get that ability block on MLF, so she can't do her ultimate, it really doesn't matter. You'll see MLF will take a turn in basic. He'll special, reduce turn meter. Agatha ults, which is fine. And then I'm going to start taking turns here. I did not hit the vulnerable on Dakin, which I probably should have to get turn meter a lot quicker. He would have... Wong probably wouldn't have taken a turn there. I would have gotten speed, and this would have went a lot cleaner. Dakin did end up getting to go, which is unfortunate because he does a lot of damage. Luckily, he was pretty low. Hit the ult from Wong to make sure I hit the Dakin and cleared some negative effects from the lowest Hive Mind member. Got that ult from Red Goblin, and you'll see 3-4 people dropped low. Dakin's now dead as well. And then essentially, I'm just trying to do a bunch of damage and trying to make sure Rogue does not get to use her special or her ultimate, because a lot of that would be a big problem. Essentially just trying to make sure I'm getting a lot of turn meter here, and you'll see a lot of people are just going to go down. You'll see Agatha was super low, so she... got hit pretty hard there. You see Morgan Le Fay dies, drops that revive, but I have so much speed that I'm able to hit through her full turn meter because I have way more. And then it's essentially over. You just get that ability block on MLF and striker attack gone, and Wong's dead as well. So Hive Mind, a pretty cheap counter to take down a Darkhold, especially if there's a couple members that are slacking power-wise, which there usually are because not many people are building their Darkhold that big, and you can't really blame them. They're not the best anymore. Really love how every time I do a replay, it just shoots me back. Let's go here, and we're going to go to room number 6, and this was my downfall. I tried MOE first time, and unfortunately did not work. I used the Kang ult to get a rewind and hit everybody here. And it was going fine, but then I got stuck on the Rogue, and then Gambit ult was absolutely ridiculous, and Gambit just destroyed me. And then I pretty much couldn't move from there because then Cyclops ulted turn 1. Sunspot did a bunch of stuff. Forge ulted. It was really bad. Came back in with MOE and literally did even worse than I did the first time. I played this like an idiot. I pushed the Gambit super quick because I was like, oh yeah, Gambit's going to be the problem. And then I pushed the Gambit, and then Rogue taunted, and then the exact same thing happened to me. And then I actually forgot to back out. And by forgot, I mean I was so annoyed I didn't back out. So you'll see I got the ability block on Forge here. And then you'll see I get the special from Kang on Gambit here. And Gambit does get pushed by this, unfortunately. So Rogue gets the reflexive taunt. And then Gambit's just going to end up having a field day with me as per usual. I didn't want to get the bots up, so I did the ultimate on Rogue there with Ultron. And you'll see Gambit just eats my lunch, literally. Just eats my lunch. I really should have just used Doom over Ultron here because that would have been the smart play. But I was not playing smart whatsoever, at all. I was definitely rushed and had a lot of things going on with life. You'll see the Kang got stunned there, so I have no prayer of clearing this whatsoever. And literally Cyclops ulted, and then I forgot to back out. So that was an exciting time. So at this point, I'm panicking, thinking there's no prayer I'm going to full clear, and I have no chance whatsoever to beat this, especially with only one exhaust, because remember, I backed out the first time. So I ended up coming back in and doing Doom, 2-piece Undying, Omega Red, and Rolk. And remember, everybody can ult turn 1 essentially in this room, so everybody's got 2 turns less on their ultimate. So I was able to use the Doom ult turn 1 because he didn't get deleted, which was great. I was able to also use the Omega Red ult turn 1 as well, which really, really helped out. So you'll see I rewinded the 3 in the corner here because I didn't want Rogue specialing because I knew if she specialed, that would be really bad. Essentially, I got an ability block on the Forge here because I wanted to make sure he was going to have that up on him. And then Doom luckily got pushed. If he did not get pushed there, I would have been stuck behind the Rogue taunt, which in retrospect, I probably should have done the special on Rogue from Iron Man Infinity War or Iron Man Zim, because then I would have been able to spread off of her. But I got really lucky that the Doom got pushed, and then it literally doesn't matter from here. And you can see this cleans up really well. Red Hulk takes 3 turns in a row, basic, special, and then it gets through it. So I dropped 4 fights because I'm a dumbass. And that should not have happened. But my opponent, despite my best efforts to lose, he really tried to lose. So he did pretty well. I keep doing that by accident. So he did actually really well. So he one-shot room 1 with Pegasus into my Infinity Watch Quicksilver. Room 2, he had Lizard, Cabal, Emma into my Mercs for Money Black Knight, which worked well. Room 6, MOE Doomed, did what I should have done into my Extreme Dorm. Room number 5, SD Vol beat my my Superior 6 with Archangel. Room number 4, he was able to Superior 6 my Spider Society. And then room number 3, the Hide the Pickle room. My man almost didn't clear it. So you'll see here, he tried APOC, Weaver, Archangel, Rolk, and Zugs. And you'll see how this just does not go very well for him. He got really unfortunate actually with the APOC punch, because he was not able to punch Super Skrull because Super Skrull still had stealth, just like when I went against him. So you'll see here, turn 1, Super Skrull goes first. He hits the Zugs, and remember, if there's an exposed, he's going to hit again, which is why he does that extra hit. You'll see Red Hulk goes, and then you'll see APOC goes, and guess what? APOC can't punch Super Skrull. So essentially, Hide the Pickle worked pretty well. And then Super Skrull ults here, kills the 2 in the back line, almost kills Rolk, and then he also gets energy from Thanos as well. So he's able to special Apocalypse here and actually kill him as well. I don't think he was going to be able to kill him with just a basic there. So that killed him, and then kills the Rolk. So that held. And that right there should have sealed me the victory if I wasn't an idiot and was able to full clear and one-shot everything like I should have been able to. But again, I just decided I wanted to lose today. So then he comes in with full New Warriors into a singular Super Skrull. And for those of you who don't know, New Warriors give Super Skrull 1500 turn meter on spawn because of how many buffs they give. And it just makes Super Skrull go zoom. So you'll see Super Skrull basics on Dagger there down the middle. You'll see the special ends up killing Gwen as well. Almost kills Cloak. You'll see he has immunity now, so the Firestar ult does nothing. Again, nothing's going to stick to him because he's got the 2 turns of immunity. And literally, it's just, this team had no chance. So there's the ult there. Kills 2 more, Dagger and Cloak. And you'll see here, when Firestar dies, he actually just lets it time out because he didn't want Super Skrull to come back with a bunch of his abilities and stuff, which was really smart. So you'll see the death there, and then he let it time out. So Super Skrull 1v5ing a New Warriors, which is absolutely hilarious to me. And then this man threw an absolute Hail Mary Barnstormer at the wall, hoping for the best, and he made it work. So he's got Big Time, Eternals, Omega Red, and freaking Wolverine 2 Diamond G18, presumably level 100. And Wolverine was the reason why this worked. That's right. So you'll see I do the special turn 1 on Big Time, which probably the worst option there, but it is what it is. Big Time ult flips everything, so he's got a bunch of negative effects. Then you got Eternals doing their thing. But Skrull passive pops once again because he was over 50% health. He's got ability block now, which is not the best, but you'll see Skrull is just going on a tear, and he does hit that exposed, so he gets an extra hit on Big Time Spider-Man. You'll see Eternals just barely breaking through the barrier. And then you'll see, once again, a basic taking out a bunch of their positive effects. Once again, this is why this guy was really smart, because if he let Skrull get his closer to his ult, he probably would have won. Skrull probably would have soloed this as well. You'll see Skrull here, I do believe ults. No, he specials one more time, kills that Omega Red outright. And then you'll see here, he is going to get an ultimate off, and Wolverine lives because he had the death proofs just barely. And you'll see Wolverine does have speed up here, and Sus just barely does not go in front of Wolverine, and Wolverine hits him for 3.2 million damage, and that is the only reason this man was able to full clear me. So, unfortunately, that is a loss, so we were starting off 0-1, but until next time, this has been Duel 'Em. Later, y'all.